What's up, everyone? It's me, your boy Ryan Flowers, aka Clutch Sports Talk, in the house. NFL week review, week 10. You got the Atlanta Falcons on Thursday night taking on the Carolina Panthers in a weird game. These teams played each other closely a couple weeks ago. It was a very shocking outcome for the Carolina Panthers, the one where DJ Moore took off his helmet, essentially pushing the game-winning kick field goal back. Falcons end up getting the win at home. So I guess this shouldn't have been a surprise. Carolina was at home. They get the easy win. I guess it was an easy win. All right, early Sunday morning, you got the first game in Germany, played in the NFL. Tampa Bay Buccaneers doing their thing. Now, this atmosphere was insane. From TV, I could really feel the vibe. Buccaneers went up early. Geno Smith tried to lead a comeback, but they ended up falling short. The Buccaneers get on a roll again, winning their last two. To kind of stay pace there in the NFC. Seattle has to get back to the drawing board. All right, the most exciting game throughout the day: Buffalo Bills taking on the Minnesota Vikings. This was a wild one. First, he had great catches. This was one of them. Justin Jefferson also had another late game catch, which was phenomenal as well. But Buffalo Bills, a little concerning now. A little concerning, man. We already had the suspicions that they go too much to Josh Allen. And here's the play right here of the day. I mean, look at this catch. I mean, I'm not sure what the DB was thinking. It's 4th and 18. Bat the ball away, man. Game's over. You win. But the Vikings get another break too. After they get stopped and stuffed on 4th and goal, the Bills get the ball back, and then they fumble the snap, and the Vikings punch it in. The game goes into overtime, and the rest is history. But the Vikings definitely get my respect now. This was a tough, come from behind win. And I'll give them their props, and so you can see them climbing up the power rankings next week for me, definitely on my show on Sunday. All right, Chicago Bears, what are you doing? You got to get the job done in this game, man. I thought they were the better team, but some picks like this, bad decisions by Justin Fields, and I don't think he's learning. I mean, come on, like, what are you doing? Just throwing the ball up like that. Uberly talented, but this guy still, I don't think he plays the quarterback position very well. And this is what you get, people. This is exciting to watch. But at the end of the day, this is not sustainable. It's not going to be effective. And they end up losing the game anyway at the end of the day. And I think partly just because of those, he had some really, really crucial turnovers towards the end of that game that really kind of kept the Lions in the game. Really, that's what really happened, but they lose. All right, Jacksonville Jaguars on the road in Arrowhead taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. You can see the score below. They were down 20-0 close to going into halftime. They end up punching it in. But this game really wasn't that close. Mahomes, they were comfortable throughout the game, I would say. Nothing to see here really other than a phenomenal throw, phenomenal catch. The Chiefs are still a team that you still got to reckon with, even though they did lose to the Bills a couple weeks ago, but still they're a great team. Miami Dolphins taking care of business against the Cleveland Browns. Dolphins moving up, man. That offense is looking pretty strong now. The defense did give up a long run for score right here to Nick Chubb, but a lot of teams do that, so I'm not that surprised. But the Dolphins offense is the story. Tua's looking like that guy, but it helps to have a guy like Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, and then you have another running game. You got Wilson Jr., who they just traded for, and you combine him with Raheem Mostert. This is an effective running game, and I can see them maybe doing a little something now. But we'll see. Time will tell about the Miami Dolphins. The New York Giants improved to 7-2. They beat the lowly Houston Texans. Now, I will say this every week. I say this: the Texans, they're going to lose more often than not, but they play hard, man. This game was not a complete open and shut case. The Giants actually had to play this game. Now, I still think that the Giants are still working with duct tape and glue. Eventually, when they do run into a good, solid team, they won't be able to sustain it. Now, their defense is good, and they're running hard behind Saquon Barkley. But again, if you play a team that's pretty buttoned up and pretty decent on offense, and your defense is good, you can beat the Giants. So I'm not really buying them right now until they can get themselves a signature win. But hey, nonetheless, they're 7-2, second in the division. Pittsburgh Steelers. I picked the Steelers to win this game just because they were home. I'm not sure what the Saints are anymore. You don't really know who your quarterback is. Jameis Winston he's been dressed to play, but Andy Dalton got the start. Not sure what they're doing. Now, the Steelers, on the other hand, too, I'm not sure what they're doing. They're trading away guys like Chase Claypool, Najee Harris really not running the ball the way we thought he would going into this season. So both teams, they're kind of like in a state of influx. Neither one of them knows what they are or what they want to do, but the Steelers get the win. In a spirited game, the Tennessee Titans taking on the Denver Broncos at home. Denver goes up early in this game, but after that, Tennessee Titans kind of took control. Now, it got close towards the end, but literally, the Titans are a well-coached football team. Now, they're not going to wow you. They're not going to have a lot of exciting plays, because they just don't have the quarterback. This is probably one of their better highlights of the day. Little flea flicker action right there for the score. And they went up, and they never looked back after this. Now, Denver's defense still pretty solid. They just can't figure out the offensive side of things, man. And their season's pretty much over. I mean, it is what it is. Titans are still first in their division and looking to probably wrap up that third seed in the AFC. Anything? What do I say about this game? Listen, it's not the offense's fault. They're scoring. Their defense is terrible. And the Raiders lose this game at home, a game that I put money on the Colts to win. Why? They made the change at quarterback again. It was supposed to be Sam Ehlinger, but with the new head coach, new OC, they said, we need to go with the veteran, and they went back to Matt Ryan. And Jonathan Taylor looked like Jonathan Taylor for once. He was running up and down the field on this defense. The Raiders they're not buttoned up as well, man. I keep saying that word buttoned up because you got to be, and they lose. A shocker. Another shocking surprise. Well, not to me as a Cowboys fan. Cowboys let Christian Watson look like Davante Adams. He caught 3 touchdowns, over 100 yards, 10 receptions. This guy has been scrutinized by Aaron Rodgers himself openly. And then he has a debut game against the Cowboys. Like, listen, the defense did not step up. Now, there were some miscues on the offense, 2 interceptions that led to points that shouldn't have been. And that's some miscommunication between the wide receiver and Dak Prescott. But we can't have that happen. Packers win this game. I don't even know what else to say about that. All right, a game in which both starting quarterbacks did not play. The Cardinals go on the road and get a much-needed win against a division rival. I think it's pretty safe to say put a fork in the Rams. They're pretty much done. Cooper Kupp will be out for at least the next 4 weeks. He's on the IR. This team is not a good football team anymore. They to their credit, they went all in to get that Super Bowl. So in the end, it is worth it. They did get a chance to raise that Lombardi trophy. But for this season, I think they're pretty much done. Cardinals get the win. All right. Chargers taking on the Niners at 5-3. Niners 4-4 at this time, but now they get the win. Chargers came out ready to play, but in the end, Chargers didn't have enough, and the Niners sealed the deal with this pick right here. No, not sure what Justin Herbert was looking at, but I still like the Niners, man. Even though they're 5-4, this is going to be a tough team, and don't let them get OBJ. Don't let them get OBJ, man. That offense is going to be even more potent than it is now. Okay, but I still like the Niners. Chargers, not a big fan. Now, probably the biggest shocker of the weekend, the Monday night game, Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Washington Commanders, a division game. Commanders, I will say they do play teams tough for the most part, but I did not expect this. I really did not. The Eagles kind of came down after flying so high, starting the season 8-0, but not a good throw. Just forcing it into coverage right there. I know that's A.J. Brown. I know he's a phenomenal wide receiver, but I just don't get it. But that's all I got. We'll see you guys next week for Week 11. Peace.